up, guys? So yeah, today Matt gave me a little bit of a refeed. So we got the basics, some Cajun sweet potatoes. I don't know, these just look good, so we're gonna try them. Some buffalo steaks, rice, quinoa, Ezekiel muffins. Can't go wrong with those. Some PB and jelly on those. And Mama's not really here. She's out of town, so me and Matt stocking up on condiments because we can't cook for shit. And
we're bored.
And we're bored. Yeah. So yeah. So this is what our day without Mom consists of. All hell breaks loose.
What up, guys? All right. So today, just wanted to give you a little bit of an insight into the 2-a-day training that Matt and myself have been doing. As you saw in the back video, we are training twice, or in the chest video, excuse me, we are training twice a day. So what you're seeing here is the first training session. What we did is we warm up with some leg extensions. Then we went into some heavy leg press. Did 3 sets of 20 on the heavy leg press, and then we go into the hack squats. And I wanted to get this on video because I think it's important for you guys to see kind of the method that Matt has had me utilize and really bringing up my legs. And that is, as you can see, these reps are very slow, eccentric, very controlled. Try not to go all the way up and lock out each rep, actually keeping the tension on the quads, maybe like a 3/4, maybe a little higher, hard squeeze at the top. And it's not so much a pause, but it's a mental note to myself to, all right, slow down, fire up, hard squeeze, slow down, fire up, hard squeeze. And it's just kind of how Matt's had me work the quads, and it's been extremely beneficial. I really think come the Olympia, the quad development is going to be much improved from the California show. And so I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little insight into that. And also in doing that, like I said, we are training twice a day. So at this point, it was all about, we're trying to get the most out of every set, the most out of every workout without being in the gym for 4 and 5 hours a day because we are training twice a day. So what we did here is we worked up to one heavy set that felt around, I don't know, 12 to 15, I guess. And then staying at that same weight, we went into a rest pause set. Of course, 2 separate sets, but that's how we did that. And then this, not a rest pause set, but a drop set, triple drop set. Okay, and then, this is kind of our finishing movement for the day. Now, you're not seeing the whole leg workout or the whole quad training session, but you are seeing just some of the highlights that I wanted to point out. This is something that, a machine that's a little different to me. It's a variation of, I'd say, like a sissy squat. I don't know exactly what you call the machine, but I know it doesn't take a lot of weight, and I know it burns like hell. So what we're doing here is we're just trying to drive as much blood into the muscle to finish out the quad workout as we can. So in doing that, we go straight from that particular machine directly into the leg extensions. And once again, on these leg extensions, it's something that fat ass is having a little hard time getting in the machine. That's funny. Anyways, in the leg extensions, Matt's having me drive up, and it's just a mental note of a hard squeeze at the top and really trying to contract the quad all the way from the knee all the way up into the hip. And it's really, feeling what you're doing, slowing down and making each rep and each set
Come on, finish
count
it out. Get
to
them up.
the fullest. And
Get them up.
That's something that maybe I haven't been the most conscious of in the past, is just doing sets and reps for sets and reps and not making them count. So that was kind of just a couple things I wanted to show you guys from the quads. And then the PM workout on this evening was hamstrings. So we go have a couple meals, get some rest in, and then we go hit hamstrings. So what you're watching here isn't anything too hardcore or too fancy, but it's something that I wanted to show because I don't think a lot of guys want to talk about the detail work and the small, minute things that are necessary to bring in some of the detail and the the lines and conditioning that Matt and myself strive for. So these are banded good mornings, or RDLs, or whatever you want to call them. And we actually supersetted those with sets of 40 body weight walking lunges. And on the lunges, I really try to squeeze the glutes each time very hard. And then here is something that honestly, I can't do them without laughing. I mean, it's funny. It's glute bridges, the bikini busters, whatever you want to call them. But once again, it's something that if, me personally, I've always struggled with glutes, and I've always struggled with having, the conditioning and separation and the lines in the striations in my glutes that we strive for. So, those aren't just going to come out of nowhere. So you've got to train the muscle and develop the muscle to the point where it actually has the look you desire. So, yeah. So now this is actually a segment out of the PM day of a chest back day. Once again, I just wanted to kind of show you guys some highlights of what we're doing. Now, on the PM days, like I said, it's not a lot of crazy weight. What you're seeing here, we're using the mat grip on a cable low row, and basically it's just squeezing and focusing and really driving the elbows as the mat grip forces you to do to get the best contraction into the muscle. And what we did there was a big drop set. And then this has actually become one of my favorite back movements that Matt has had me implement into my training, and simply because I think it hits the back from every angle that I desire to bring up. The outer sweep in my lats and the inner thickness in between the shoulder blades in the rhomboids area is something that I really strive to bring up because I'm just lacking there. So I finish off a lot of back workouts with this, and what it is it's 10 to 12 behind the neck, 10 to 12 in front of the neck, and then you lean back at a 45 and it's 10 to 12 again. And right there, you're really driving the elbows back and getting a good hard contraction in between the shoulder blades and the upper lats and the rhomboids and the maybe even lower traps a little bit as well. And I think that has probably been one of the best tools that Matt has had me implement into my back training sessions. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And then after that, it's typical of every single workout we do, we stretch. And we stretch a lot. And so I just find that that's highly beneficial. And once you've beat up that muscle, to number one, open it up, let some blood, move about, and then also help with the obvious prevention of injuries and whatnot. Now, this is something that is actually something that I've done. It's always been a staple of my shoulder training, and it's just a superset I do face down on an incline bench, and it's just two different forms of front raises with different hand placements. And then that was actually an AM workout. And then here is a little segment out of a chest PM workout where we went back to the cable flies, and nothing fancy. This wasn't a superset. This isn't a big drop set or a rest pause set. It's just squeezing and really trying to work the muscle. And then here is actually a variation of a fly that Matt has had me implement. We call them the Jansen flies. It's just a variation of a decline fly, and I find it very beneficial to chest work. So that's all the little pointers I got for you guys today. Tune back in, and we'll get with you next time. Thanks, guys.